Hello, everybody. We just ended a great show with Renee, and I want to thank her again for coming here and talking about uh, patience and the bigger picture and waiting to uncover what is coming. I think we all have to keep our minds open and our hearts open. So I thank her again for that. Today, I want to talk to you for a few minutes about what I've been inspired to do, and it's my hope that I will begin my journey into spiritual story and using my wisdom that I've attained over the number of years in spiritual pursuits, as well as in my degree plans that I have done. And I do teach writing, I teach literature, and I teach a bunch of other things. And hi, Sharon. And one of the things that I think that I would like to do is to talk about symbols, and I'd like to talk also about signs. When my students are talking, and hello, Nancy, when my students are talking about writing papers, I bring in this idea of a type of paper that they can do for me, and it's called visual rhetoric. And what I have them do is I have them actually go outside and walk around and write down all the things that they see and all the things that they um, are able to smell, taste, touch, feel, all those things. And I ask them to look for different signs and symbols. They could be signs and symbols in nature. They can be signs and symbols in signs that are on the road, like yield or stop. Hi, Renee. Thanks again, hun. Um, and what and what I want you to be able to do is to be inspired by those things that are around us that we can listen to, see, um, and experience, and make sense out of how they work in our life. I'm sure that all of you have had a time where either a song you really liked, a song that reminded you of something, or a song you were thinking about shows up on the radio. And I'm sure also that you remember where you were when that song came out and what that song meant to you, and it brings up and engineers different feelings for you. In this case, I'm asking you to recognize those signs and those signposts along the way, because I'm going to be coming back and I'm going to be working with symbols, and I'm going to be working with signs and also other things, including spiritual stories. And I'm going to be doing a certain series on them for you. I'd like to think that I would not go any more than 15 minutes to 20 minutes tops, because I know as a teacher that we get really bored really fast. So it's very important for us to feel as though we, are interested and then come back later for something else. Um, and if you don't switch up the subject within about 15 to 20 minutes, according to my experience as a teacher, you lose everybody. Everybody gets really bored and, things like that. So I'm going to be working also with the Lenormand cards. I never knew about the Lenormand cards before I got invested in all of this. I knew there was tarot. I knew there was, tea leaf reading and mediums and this and that. And I didn't know anything about Lenormand or Kipper cards at all. And I'm not interested in learning about the reading tarot because it's too complicated for me and it's hard to remember all those things. But I'm finding that the Lenormand cards tell a story, and the story comes out with what cards you pull and how they work together. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the Lenormand cards when I come, when I first do the series. And then I'm going to do some of the Lenormand cards and how they work. And then maybe you can all ask me to do readings for you just to get me going and get me started. But what I loved about this is that as an instructor, as a teacher, and as wanting to connect all of the things that I've learned, that these will end up being spiritual stories. Because actually, I take literature and I pull it apart and look at the symbols and make sense out of the literature. And I teach other students to do that. But I want to do it for myself, and I want to also share it with everybody else. So, I don't know. I don't really know where this will take me, but I'm very excited about it, and I'm going to take my time. I'm going to be very patient, as Renee says, except that I'm going to have freedom from fear. And I'm so glad you enjoyed yourself. I said to Keith when we shut down, Renee, I said, "Oh my God, she's got so much confidence," and I'm so happy for you because you were a little reticent to come on, and so now you're going to come back and you're going to feel so much better every time because it's familiarity with what you're doing, and yeah, that's awesome. I'm glad you do. Yeah, you looked really comfortable, and that made me happy. So I want you to realize that inspiration comes from breathing in and breathing out. When we inspire, that is inspiration, and it's also breathing. So I'm hoping that what it is that I might be talking about over different periods of time might be interesting to people. Maybe some not so interesting, and some other ones interesting, and that's fine. But I just decided that I wanted to share some of my knowledge, but I don't want to be a lecturer. One of the problems that I have when I was first in college teaching was that I wasn't going to just stand up and lecture to my students. I wanted feedback from them because I'm not a sage on the stage in any way ever, and I really do have a big problem with competition and infighting and all that junk. So I'm just hoping that if you come up with something that you're really interested in, or you feel like you want more information on, send me an email to heartandsoulconnected@gmail.com, and I'll be happy to look into it for you. But I'm going to start doing these. I'm hoping that I can do maybe 2 a week. But again, I don't want them to be very long because it gets boring. But I do want to do them, and I'm really excited about it. So I send you all lots and lots of love. I thank you all for coming by, those of you that are here right now, and those of you who might see this later. And I'm looking forward to sharing some more wisdom with you all. So, anybody else that wants to come and talk to me, though, anytime, Renee can come back anytime, and so can everybody else. But if you feel like you have something you want to talk about, or get off your chest, or explain, or whatever, I'm here for you. And I think it's a great confidence booster. It really is, to be able to just say to yourself, I am who I am, and this is me, and that's who I am. So thank you. Thank you, everybody. Take care of yourselves. Sending you love and namaste. You have a good day, everybody. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.